The Antec P182 case is the newest addition in the Antec Performance 1 series. This case has many more innovations though over the original P180 case, such as an externally mounted fan control, a special gunmetal black finish, cable organizers, and rubber grommets for an externally mounted water cooling system. The Antec P182 case comes with a gunmetal black finish and is unlike any other on the market because it has innovative 3-layer side panels and front door. This design has excellent noise dampening properties which will ensure a near silent computer system. It's perfect for a quiet build. Stay tuned because at the end of the video I will demonstrate how quiet a fully loaded system is using this case. At the front is the power LED, firewire port, 2 USB ports, a microphone and headphone jack. This case has a lockable, double-hinged door which is held into place with magnetic force and swings all the way open up to 270 degrees. When the door is opened, it reveals 4 5¼ inch external drive bays and 1 3½ inch external drive bay. Here's the power button, reset button, and hard drive activity LEDs. There are 2 swing open compartments for the 120mm fan air filters. These filters can be easily removed for cleaning. Also note that there are ventilation holes around the front bezel on the left, right, and at the bottom. This allows the fans to intake cool air when the front door is closed. At the top is a spoiler with an included 120mm exhaust fan. At the back of the case, at the very top, is an external fan control for the top and rear fans. They include an I/O shield plate and a 120mm exhaust fan. Here are the 7 expansion slots, and there are 2 rubber grommeted ports for an external water cooling system. At the bottoms where a standard ATX power supply would get installed. Also notice all the ventilation holes around the perimeter of the power supply, and there are 2 thumb screws on the left side panel, 1 at the bottom and 1 at the top. This case is compatible with standard ATX form factor motherboards. Notice how it has a compartmentalized design. The main computer components would get installed in the top chamber, and the power supply as well as the hard drives would get installed in the bottom chamber. This compartmentalized design separates heat from the different components, and therefore the fans can exhaust all this heat in each chamber, ensuring that the inside of the case remains cool. I mentioned earlier that there are 4 external 5¼ inch drive bays and 1 external 3½ inch drive bay. Well, there are an additional 6 internal 3½ inch drive bays. 4 hard drives can be installed vertically in the bottom hard drive cage, and 2 hard drives can be installed horizontally in the top hard drive cage. Both of these hard drive cages are removable. First, you'll need to remove a single thumb screw on each hard drive cage. And then there's a little ring here, and this is actually snapped to the hard drive cage. Just unsnap that and pull the hard drive cages out. The bottom hard drive cage has silicone grommets, and the top hard drive cage also has silicone grommets, which have excellent anti-vibration properties. Also note that the top hard drive cage has a small compartment for storing things like screws or cable ties. Along this edge is padding. There is also padding on the right side of the case. This is to ensure that when the case side panels touch the case itself, that they do not rattle. The power supply cage has a silicone footing. This is to ensure that the power supply doesn't cause any vibrations. Thankfully, this case does not have any sharp edges, so you won't cut yourself or the cables. There are a couple of holes in the top of the lower chamber. This is to allow the data and power cables to pass through, but you really do not want to have these open because heat will radiate from the lower chamber to the top chamber. So you can use this piece of plastic to customize your particular power and cable setup. An optional 120mm fan can be installed at the front for added cooling. There's also an optional middle 120mm fan that can be installed on the upper hard drive cage to cool the video card or video cards. To install a 120mm fan, remove the drive trays, attach the included wire brackets to the hard drive cage, and mount the fan. With the trays removed, the hard drive cage acts as a duct, so the 120mm fan can intake cool air from outside the case. Please note though that a 120mm fan can't be mounted if hard drives are installed in the upper hard drive cage. There is another included 120mm fan in the lower chamber for additional cooling power, and this fan has its own switch, so the fan can be set to a low, medium, or high setting. On the right side of the case, behind the motherboard tray, is a cable management system. Cable ties are used so the cables can be neatly and securely attached. Organizing cables behind the motherboard tray means the inside of the case is free of cables. This results in better air circulation inside the case, and it looks very neat and tidy. At the bottom there are 4 silicone feet. These feet have excellent anti-vibration properties and won't scratch the surface. Now have a listen to the stock cooling at the low speed, medium speed, and high speed. Finally, have a listen to how quiet a computer system can be when using the Antec P182 case.